Hi everyone, it's Justine and welcome to this card tutorial. I'm guest designing today for Gerda Steiner Designs, and they have absolutely adorable critter stamps, and they were interested in being a part of the 1 million views event, so I thought I would feature them a couple of times during the series since I think you all really enjoy their stamps. So this is the Go Wild set, and as you can see I have a duplicate, so it is going to be a giveaway for today. I'm going to be stamping all of the images that come with this set onto some masking paper. For some reason I'm really into building scenes right now, so I'm going to show you how I did it with this one. So I took everything. I took the little safari man, the elephant, the bird, the giraffe, and the RV here. That's not even an RV. What is that called? I don't even know. Anyway, Memento black ink, and I'm going to stamp that onto my masking paper. When I was thinking about how to describe these images in this video, I realized I lack safari vocabulary. And I'm going to grab my snippets from Tim Holtz. These are the small version of the scissors, and I'm going to cut all of these out, but I refuse to bore you to tears, so I'm just going to do that off of screen. I'm cutting directly on the black line and just going all the way around my images. It only took about a minute. Then I took a piece of masking paper. As you can see, I attempted this once already, and I'm going to stamp this little safari guy here onto my card, and I'm going to cover him with the masking tape. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the vehicle, and I'm going to cover that with the masking paper that I cut out. And I'm going to do this for every single one of the images, but what I realized with the Jeep here is that I needed to cut out the inside of the window for this to actually work. So I ended up not being picky with the steering wheel inside of there, but I had to go through and cut out that windshield. And then I was able to attach it onto my card in order to build a proper scene. Don't worry, I'm going to go super quick for the Copic coloring so that you don't get too bored during this actual building of a scene. So then I'm stamping the memento, and I'm covering the giraffe here with some masking paper, and then I'm going to have his buddy the elephant here kind of sticking and hanging out of the vehicle, and I'm going to cover him with some masking paper. And lastly is the bird, which I'm also covering in masking paper because I'm going to distress the background of this so I can get a really cute sky as well as some sand for the desert or the savannah, which I'm assuming is where they live. Okay, so I'm going to grab a blending tool. I'm going to take off this piece of masking tape here, and I'm going to put it just over the wheels so that it would be realistic with the sky. I'm going to grab some tumbled glass ink from Tim Holtz Distress Line, and I am going to go ahead and do the background between the animals. And because of the masking, it is going to protect all the animals underneath, but get in all those spaces. Then I'm going to remove that 3M foam tape, and I'm going to attach that below the vehicle here so I can do the sand for the terrain of the actual card. And I am using, I believe, gathered twigs I ended up using, or no, brushed corduroy, sorry. So now I have all of this really cool masking paper to take off. So once I'm finished all of the layers, you can see that I have this really funny scene where the animals are driving this safari vehicle and driving over the safari guy who's looking for them. Alright, so getting started with Copic coloring. I am in no way a Copic expert. I've been practicing a lot lately by taking some of the classes that are available from online card classes, as well as Sandy Alnock's new website I've been looking at, and I've been trying to practice. So the way I do it generally is I start off with the lightest color, and I color the whole image, and I saturate the paper. Then I go in with the darkest color and add my shadows and blend out the shadows using the medium color and then the light color. So I kind of go from lightest, dark, medium, light again, if that makes sense. So I'm just going along and coloring everything here. In my opinion, I am no expert at Copic coloring. I think everything looks okay when I'm all finished. However, you know, I'm not going to create those stunning images because it's not my forte. So I'm just going to go through here and just continue on. So with the safari, I only had pretty limited colors as far as sort of that army green color that you would expect, or that sort of ranger look. So I needed to be kind of scarce on my guy's uniform here because I wanted the truck to be a similar color. So I only ended up using 2 colors on his uniform, but I'm going to use a few colors on the truck itself. So again, just going in with my lightest color and coloring the whole image. This time I went in with my medium color and kind of flicked up using the YG or the G99, no, YG97. And then I went in on the certain areas with G99 and darkened things out. And then I went back in with my medium to blend out that dark, and then I went over with the lightest color again just to blend everything together. It's not spectacular, but it looks pretty good. Whites, I always use just a very light shade of gray in order to color them, and blacks, one of the biggest mistakes is using the black Copic marker. You need to use your grays so that it doesn't blend out the lines. Once I was finished with that, I grabbed the sentiment and I stamped it on a scrap piece of paper just to kind of compare how big it was going to be. I was originally going to cut it out and put it onto my card, but I actually decided I was going to stamp it in the bottom of the card because I thought it would look okay. I don't want it to distract from my image either. For some reason, I got some black ink in between the sentiment. So what I do is I just grab a white gel pen and I just simply went over the areas that had that weird shadow that I got. I'm not sure what it was. It might have been residue from my baby wipe that ended up catching some ink. And I just went in and fixed that. I then grabbed a card base as well as the panel that I just finished coloring. You can see my mess there now that I've zoomed out. And I'm going to glue this on top of my card base. I hope you enjoyed this card tutorial. It's a little bit different from what I usually do with Copic techniques, but if you're interested in Copic coloring, check out some of those classes I suggested or get a Steiner Designs for some really cool images. You can click on the right here to subscribe to my channel. You can check out some more details on my blog on the left, or I have more videos there on Copic coloring if you're interested. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.